The episode starts with Bani, Charmy, and Brenda praying to God. Myra comes there and asks Devraj what's happening. Devraj says it's about Karvachath. Rat. Brenda gives a red sari and other things to Bani and tells her the importance of Karvachath. Bani thinks she will do Rat for Yuven's well-being. Manini sees Bani and thinks her stubbornness to make Yuven fine is going to cost Yuven's life. Viraj asks Charmy to not fast for him this year. Charmy refuses, and they decide to fast drinking milk. Yuven hears it. Yuven makes Bani wear chewinry and tells her she is beautiful. Bani asks why he has tears in his eyes. He manages her and tells Bani that he will fast along with her. Bani says today is your performance, so it's not good to keep fast. Yuven says I didn't do anything to you, so let me do it. Bani asks why he is feeling that way and asks if anyone said anything to him. Yuven refuses and goes to get ready. Bani thinks you're important to everyone, Yuven, and you're not realizing your value, but very soon you will become normal. Yuven gets ready for the performance. He sees Devraj and covers saying his tears are because of makeup. Devraj thinks to make Manini leave the city once. Yuven gets fine. On another side, Viraj informs Manini that he gets to know Yuven can recover with surgery and doesn't know why his doctor didn't know about it. Manini says leave about it. We will lose our rights if Yuven gets better, so we have to stop it. Viraj asks what's she planning. She asks him to not question her. He leaves. Manini thinks Yuven has to die. Agastya thinks he didn't remember what happened last night. Bani gets hurt while stitching the moon. He goes to Bani and asks her to show him her hand. Bani says she is fine. Agastya says he will call someone to do it. Bani says I will do it and don't know if Yuven remembers it post-surgery or not. Agastya says he will remember you and take you on a romantic date where he tells their meeting started with a fight, but slowly it turned FO friendship and love. Agastya recalls his moments with Bani. Bani recalls her moments with Yuven. Agastya confesses his feeling to her. Bani sees Yuven in him and holds his hands. At last, Agastya says your Agastya can never lose you as you're that important. Bani realizes it's Agastya and apologizes to him. Agastya says I meant Yuven can never forget you. Bani goes to hand over jacket to Yuven. Charmy and Devraj discuss third round is tough. On another side, Yuven asks Manini to take him somewhere. He tells Agastya will make Bani happy. Manini says let's return to the place where I come from as no one needs you here. Yuven asks what if he wants to see Bani. She tells him he can see Bani from there. Yuven agrees to commit suicide. Manini asks Yuven to write a letter before he is leaving. She thinks it's your suicide letter, so no one points me. She asks him to write in the letter that he is leaving as Bani is happy with Agastya. And you need to write it as you won't hide anything from Bani. Yuven agrees and writes the letter. Manini thinks Bani will be guilt-ridden for life reading this letter. The episode starts with Manini thinking Yuven will die, then Bani will be guilt-ridden that Yuven is no more in this world because of her, and Devraj will feel the pain till his last breath. Then my revenge gets completed and this punishment is needed for Bani for coming in my way. Yuven gives the letter he wrote for Bani to Manini. Manini says she will take him to some place after his performance which can make him reach space. Yuven asks won't she come. Manini hugs him. Bani comes there and asks what's she doing. Manini hides the notepad and tells her she came to wish her son. Bani says she doesn't want anyone to alter Yuven's concentration before the performance. Manini leaves. Bani asks Yuven why she came. Yuven says she came to wish him luck. Bani thinks once the surgery is done, then no one can harm Yuven. Manini goes out to meet Viraj. She gets surprised to see Hemant. Hemant congratulates Viraj and Charmy. The organizer informs Yuven that next is his performance. Bani makes Yuven wear his coat. He dreams of romancing her. Bani calls him Yuven. He comes out of his dream. Yuven tells Bani to stay. Happy, Shruti calls Yuven to the stage. The host announces Yuven's performance. Yuven performs Channa Maria's song on stage. Everyone enjoys his performance. Bani feels his pain. At last, fireworks start on the stage. Yuven gets afraid of seeing them and falls on stage. Agastya sends Rohan to stop the fireworks. Audience mock Yuvan, calling him Darpak. Bani supports Yuvan. The audience says Yuvan doesn't deserve to be a rock star. Bani tells Yuvan that the fire is stopped. Yuvan feels better. Bani takes the mic and tells everyone that Yuvan will definitely become a rock star, and everyone has their own fears than why you guys are making fun of Yuvan state. Bani says God gave us a voice to talk good, not to criticize others. Agastya and everyone claps for Bani and Yuvan. Yuvan thinks Bani deserves Agastya kind of man and she can't fight for him all the time. The host asks Bani to leave the stage as it's time to get his score. Bani leaves the stage. Manini thinks she is going to give pain to Devraj by making Yuvan leave the world. She signs Viraj. Viraj goes. The power goes off. Everyone discusses why. The power is off. Viraj tells Yuvan that it's time for them to leave. Bani thinks light must come back soon as Yuvan has fear of darkness. Yuvan goes to Bani and kisses her cheek. He says, I love you, Bani. Viraj takes Yuvan with him. Bani turns and says Yuvan. The episode starts with Viraj and Manini taking Yuvan with them in the car. Bani notices Yuvan is missing from the stage and searches for her. Agastya asks Bani to not get hyper and he will be here. Bani says Yuvan's eyes are making her worry. Later, Charmy and others tell Bani that Yuvan is nowhere and studio people ask us to leave as they gave to close the studio. Hemant says they can't close it. He says Manini is also missing, so there is a chance Yuvan might be with her. He calls her, but Manini's phone is switched off. Bani thinks Manini is planning something against Yuvan. Devraj says let's leave for home as Yuvan may reach you. Bani asks them to leave and tells them that she will search the studio one more time. They agree and leave. Bani feels dizzy while searching for Yuvan. Agastya catches Bani and tries to make her drink water, but Bani refuses and tells him that today's her Karvachath, and only Yuvan can break her fast in the night. Agastya apologizes. Bani says it's not your mistake. She says Yuvan is not at home too, as Shankar informed me and doesn't know where Manini take him. That time Bani receives a call from Charmy. She gets shocked and leaves for home without answering. Agastya. Manini takes Yuvan to the cliff edge and tells him that he can reach heaven if he falls off the cliff edge. Yuvan holds Manini's hand and asks her to accompany him so they both can go at one time. Manini stops him. She reveals to him that she is not his mom and reveals that she acted in that way and now she is killing him to fulfill her revenge on Devraj. Yuvan says, I may die happily for you, Mom, if you told me before. Manini asks him not to call her mom. She says your mom is waiting for you, so be happy to meet her in heaven. Manini pushes Yuvan off the cliff. She thinks Yuvan's chapter is ended to get the biggest revenge of her life from Manini. Charmy shows packed things to Bani. Charmy says Yuvan packed them, so we thought you guys are leaving somewhere. Bani says they don't have any outing plans. Viraj returns home. Charmy pleads with him to tell them where is Yuvan. She asks him to tell the truth if he doesn't want their baby to get cursed. Viraj recalls how Manini asked him to give the letter once she returned home, and how she drops in the middle. He decides to check the letter first by himself. He tells them he doesn't know and goes aside to read the letter. Viraj opens the letter. He gets to know Manini is planning to kill him. He drops the letter in shock and thinks it's wrong to kill Yuvan, and he runs out to stop Manini's attempt. He leaves the letter on the floor. Later, Charmy gets the letter. She gets shocked reading it and she gives it to Bani. Bani reads Yuvan's letter that he is leaving her as he is unfit for her. He asks her to marry Agastya and requests them to not cry for him, and says he will see all of them from heaven. Everyone gets shattered. That time Manini returns home and asks what happened. Bani bursts out in anger and asks her to tell them. Where is Yuvan? Otherwise you will be dead in my hands. Hemant asks Bani to stop misbehaving with Manini. Bani throws him. She confronts Manini to tell the truth and tells her that she knows that whatever is written in the letter is her provocation. Enikodendi.